Hello everybody, here we are today and we're going to be doing my week 4 CFL picks. But before we get started with it, please make sure to subscribe if you're new to me or the CFL, whatever the case may be. That being said, let's get on into it. So last week didn't treat me particularly kind, as I think I went 2-2 and I had a couple games where I knew I was probably making the wrong decision. The Hamilton game where I was like, yeah, I feel like Saskatchewan is going to win this, but I need to go with Hamilton here because Saskatchewan's been playing from behind. Why would I listen to myself? Hamilton has continuously proved me wrong since I've been making picks for this channel. And the Riders are sitting pretty at 3-0 and also on the bye. But we're not going to be talking about Saskatchewan too much more in this video because they're not playing. Instead, we're going to be talking about the first game of the week. That is the Edmonton Elks traveling to BC. Now, at first glance, you're probably looking at this game and saying, yeah, this one feels kind of like a lock. The Lions are coming off of a win in Winnipeg, whereas the Elks are 0-3 on the year. But if you look at the first 3 games for Edmonton, they haven't been blowouts. In fact, they probably could have won all of those games, at least 2 of them. And you realize as well that McLeod Bethel-Thompson has thrown for 300 yards in every game but one. And I think he had 299 passing yards in that time. But of course, the Lions have seen Vernon Adams Jr. be able to throw the ball really well. And I think with this game, you probably are going to be leaning the Lions in this case. They're at home. They are the better team. And while Edmonton is close to being there and getting a win, they've also been playing teams like Saskatchewan where they had to have a collapse, where it was partially what's happened in Edmonton. They find ways to lose. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. BC is able to find ways to win, and I would say that as a fan of the team, I don't want them to lose, but if they do, could it happen? Yes, but I think I'm going to be going with the home team. Now, the second game of the week is going to be probably more fun in terms of it being competitive. Although we've heard that before, and I've said it before on the channel. Looking at this game, though, you have the Montreal Alouettes traveling to Toronto to play the Argonauts. You have the team that won the Grey Cup, and then the team that won the East Division. Both teams are looking really good. Montreal is 3-0, excuse me, and then Toronto is 2-0. And the Owls are fresh off of a big win over the Ottawa Redblacks. Cody Fajardo threw for like over 300 yards, or nearly 400 yards, excuse me. And then the defense forced like 3 or 4 turnovers. They nearly put up 50 points. It was a good day. You had Galen Julian Grant that had a good game, and then I believe Philpott had a good game too. So they are charged and ready to try to get a 4-0 lead in the division early in the year. Meanwhile, the Argos are playing underdog here, even though they're a third place and were 16-2 last season. One thing that could be a big deciding factor here in this game is, I believe at the moment, Falarin Omalade and then Tavares Daniels are on the 6-game injured list. That is not really fun, and that could be something that holds the team back. I don't really know, because when you're looking at some of these things with these EPAs and things like that for offense, I don't think Montreal has been crazy in terms of the entirety of the season, whereas the Argos have that ability. Not saying that the Alouettes aren't either, but I don't know. This one feels very tough, but I think with what we've seen early in the year, I'm going to go Montreal. Until they lose, they've been hot at the end of the regular season. They went to the playoffs and they were really hot then. Start of the year, they are looking really good, so they might pick up a road win and make a statement against the Argos. Alrighty, and then we got the team that I get beef with right now, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I picked them every week to win. They are 0-3. Things aren't looking great for them right now. Their first 0-3 start since 2012. They have 0 passing touchdowns on the year. Yes, Zach Collaros has 0 through his first 3 games. They are the team that averages the fewest yards per game passing through the league. They are going to be without Kenny Lawler and then Dalton Schoen. That doesn't really spell anything good for you, but I feel like a gambler. I feel like when you're looking at this team, you just got to keep pressing the button and hoping that you hit the jackpot. In this case, seeing Winnipeg win. I said at the beginning of the year, Winnipeg could be the best team in the league. Probably not going to be the case at the moment, but like CFL Central said on Instagram the other day, you have Calgary, then Ottawa, then Calgary for Winnipeg's next 3 games. Probably could very well decide whether or not Winnipeg is going to have a season where they make the playoffs, or at the very least are in a better spot in terms of playoff positioning. Not a guarantee. Meanwhile, Calgary, what are they? We still don't really know because it's early in the year. They are fresh off a bye, which makes things a little bit more interesting. And maybe, just maybe, like we've seen Calgary in recent years, even as recently as last year, they can play Winnipeg tough if they want to. I think maybe Calgary could win, but I think, again, like a gambler that just can't say no, I'm going to be picking Winnipeg here, and we will see how this comes back to bite me, as they might be 0-4, and at that point, boy, you're talking about a lot of things going on in that team. And then the final game of the week isn't necessarily must-watch football if you are somebody that says, oh, this is going to be a great matchup, But I think it's still worth watching as you have the Hamilton Tiger Cats traveling to Ottawa to play the Red Blacks. This will be a game that is so crucial for Hamilton as they are 0-3, the only winless team out east. They don't want to lose ground to a team like Ottawa and Toronto and Montreal have got off to good starts, and they're going to try to get things done. Tim White, I don't think had a catch at all last week. He only had like 2 or 3 targets in that game, and they are looking for answers. And they could very well be the team that ends up being the wise team to get a win on the year. I don't know. Edmonton and Winnipeg could go out there and fight them for it. But this game feels like crucial for 2 reasons. 1, Hamilton getting right back in the thick of it and not letting Ottawa get the lead. But 2, after Ottawa just got punched in the mouth in the previous week against the Montreal Alouettes, where they were down, I believe, at 1.30-1 in that game, this is where you make a statement and say, yeah, maybe we aren't right there with Montreal in terms of being a top-tier team at the moment, but we are better than Hamilton. We are guaranteed to get a win like this against a team that is below us, and we are going to be going to the playoffs. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case here in this one as they look to avoid turnovers and try to just get things going again, but I don't know. I really don't. I think in this game, I'm going to pick Ottawa. They have the ability to run the ball. They have a receiving core I believe in. And I do think they could have a few plays defensively where they're able to make things happen and go on and win this game. And like I said before, Hamilton has burned me so much over the past 3 or 4 years that I've done this, talked about the CFL for this channel, that I'm not getting burned again this week. I'm picking Ottawa. I was higher on them before the season started. And I think with what we've seen with Hamilton to start out the year, why would I pick them necessarily to beat Ottawa when they just got beat themselves and they're looking for redemption at home? So that's going to do it for my picks for the week as I try to rebound. I think I'm going to be going here with BC, Montreal, Winnipeg. I can't even believe I'm doing that again. And then Ottawa. What's going to happen is you're going to see the Elks win. That's going to be a loss for me as a fan of the Lions, but I'd still be happy for Edmonton. And then you're going to see the Argos just like pump the Alouettes and then be like, yeah, we are way better than them. So that's going to make me look bad. Then you're going to see Winnipeg make me look really bad if they're picking them every game of the year. They're going to go 0-4. Calgary's going to have Mare with like 350 yards passing. Then the final game of the week, you're going to see Drew Brown like have a really bad game. Ottawa be out and have a flat performance again. Hamilton put up a 50 burger or something like that. But anyway, what are your picks for the week? I want to know that stuff all down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe and have a great night.